Hi, my name is Ariel, and I'm from the Philippines. Please like and subscribe. Ever since I can remember, I lived with my mom in a small town in the country. Mom worked as a cook in small households and made sure I had everything growing up, but I always missed some company while she'd be away working. Mommy, I want to go with you. I get so bored here all by myself. I don't even have a sibling to play with. Oh, honey, you should try and make friends with the other kids. But that was next to impossible. As a kid, I was very shy, but that wasn't the only issue. I was taller than the other kids my age, so whenever I tried to play with them, they'd freak out and run away. But I'm really 6 years old.
Yeah, and I'm Jennifer Lopez. Go away, kid. You're too big for this ride.
I couldn't go on rides or enjoy the other things with kids my age. And as I was growing up, my height was sprouting with the speed of light. By the time I was in the 8th grade, I was already outgrowing the shower heads, bathtubs, and even the doors. And the kids at school were the meanest.
Why are you eating in the cafeteria, giraffe? Go eat the trees outside in the garden.
I can see the inside of your nostrils. Why don't you cut the forest inside there, giant? Ugh, they just wouldn't stop. One time when I was in the washroom, some girls came and threw the cleaning water all over me. My mom says you're a devil child. This is gonna wash off all your evilness. This was it. I could no longer contain my anger and push them away, but they fell to the floor, acting all hurt and weak. She hit me. She hit me. The giant went all Hulk and hit me. She ran crying to the principal, and my mom was called in no time. And I was put in detention for a week. Later, when I reached home, I was furious. I don't want to go to school anymore, Mom. Those kids are just mean. It was all their fault, but no one cares because the way I look, it's always my fault. Honey, it's fine. It's just a week and we can spend it together. No, Mom, you don't understand. I feel so lonely sometimes. If only I had a sibling, it would have been so much better. And no one would dare to touch me. Suddenly, Mom's expression changed and she burst out crying. You do have a sibling. You have an elder sister. She looked like she instantly regretted saying that, and I was stunned. What the freaking peacocks? Mom, what are you talking about? I have an elder sister? I didn't want to tell you this, but yes, when your father and I separated, we decided to take custody of one child each. I chose you, and your dad took your elder sister, Pearl. Oh my God! Why did you never tell me about this before, Mom? All this time while I was wishing and crying I'd have a sibling, you hid the whole truth from me? Why? Suddenly, Mom burst into tears. I was too young when I married your dad, and he was a difficult man. I had no choice but to leave him. I'm so sorry, honey. Please understand me. I knew she must have her reasons, but I was so mad at her for keeping the secret for so long. I went inside the only room we had in the house and shut the door tight. But minutes later, I could hear people shouting. What was going on? I ran downstairs and Mom was freaking out too. Ariel, honey, we have to get out of here. There's a flood coming. We need to leave this place right now. A flood? Were we gonna die? We didn't have enough time to vacate the place, so Mom grabbed the important stuff and money, and we left our home before the flood reached us. After hours of traveling and rescue team operations, we were finally provided with a shelter. But when I saw Mom all sad and tired, I couldn't help but hug her. I'm so sorry I was mad at you, Mom. But now, please tell me everything about my dad and my sister. Maybe we can go find them. But Mom looked at me with confused looks. Oh, honey, I don't know where he is. All the papers and documents and his address, everything was in the house, and now it's probably floating around somewhere in the floods. What? This was insane. Now my only hope of finding my sister was gone. But things took a more drastic turn when we had to leave the country and go to Europe. And surprisingly, this place was super awesome. Almost everyone was as tall as me, and I decided I wasn't going to be a crybaby anymore. I'd become strong and independent to help Mom. Soon after, I started browsing for jobs all through the newspapers and found a perfect one for Mom and me. She got appointed as the head chef in an Asian restaurant, and I took the job there as a waitress. A few days later, when I was serving the customers, a lady held my hand and screamed her lungs out, "Oh God, Jesus, you're perfect!" The lady told me her name was Sheila and she was a huge fashion person. She wanted a new face for her upcoming fashion magazine, and according to her, I was just perfect as a model. I couldn't believe my ears. This was really happening. I ran to Mom, all excited to tell her the good news, and she had the best reaction. "Oh, honey, I'm so proud of you. This is like a miracle." But I had to shift to the trainee headquarters in another city and live there with the other trainees. I moved out of Mom's place, and Sheila took me to a place where everyone looked like Barbies and Kens. And Veronica was the prettiest of them all. She was literally a queen. Get the heck out of my face. What are you staring at? And a witch, too. Just then, another girl came to me. Ignore her. She's just too proud of her looks and her father's money. By the way, I'm Amy. Amy was my roommate, and she was the sweetest girl I knew. We got along just like sisters. Then the day before our first big shoot, when everyone was prepping, Veronica came and handed me a box. "Sheila asked me to give this to you. It's the latest cosmetics. You can put them on for your show tomorrow." For some reason, she seemed unreasonably sweet, and I could tell something was off. So I put the box aside, but later when I went out of the room, I saw Amy screaming. "My face, it's burning. What was in that cream?" "Oh God, Veronica, she gave the cream to me." I went to her room and kicked the door open. I wasn't just tall, I was frickin' strong too. "Are you crazy? Why would you do that?" "'Cause I've been here for months and I deserve to be the face of the cover magazine. I won't let you take my place." "So you'd try to ruin my face?" "Oh, not just ruin it, but burn it to ashes." This was it. She was done for. I ran to her and pulled her by her hair, but instead of fighting back, she just went and smashed herself into the side drawer and started screaming. "Help! Help! She's gonna kill me! Someone help me!" Suddenly, Sheila came in and she saw what looked like me strangling Veronica, and she looked at me, raging mad. "What in the name of Gucci?" "No, Sheila, it's not what it looks like. I swear, I can explain." I tried to explain the whole situation, but now she wouldn't listen to me, and she cut both of us out of the main magazine cover. And after that, Veronica made it her life's goal to destroy me. A week later, we had a ramp show, and since it was my first, I invited Mom to see it as well. On the day of the show, while I was getting ready for the event, I saw Veronica tampering with the straps of my dress, and I just wanted to kick her butt when Amy held me back. "No, stop. What are you doing? I'm gonna teach that witch a lesson." "No, wait, I have a better idea. She tried to ruin your face and humiliate you on stage in front of everyone. Kicking her butt won't be enough." Amy came up with a plan, and we sneaked into Veronica's room and sprinkled allergy powder all over her dress. Minutes later, when Veronica put on the dress and walked onto the ramp, I noticed something really weird. She had this birthmark on her back that looked like a heart, just like Mom told me my missing sister had. Did this mean Veronica was my sister? What in the fish freaking world? But before I could react, it was too late. She was already on the stage and scratching herself like crazy, bad enough to rip her dress off, but I couldn't take it anymore. If there was the slightest chance that she was my sister, I couldn't see her like that. I looked around and saw a janitor's trolley kept at a distance. I picked up the water bucket and went onto the stage and dumped all the water over Veronica's head. "You witch! I'm gonna kill you!" "Veronica, listen to me. You splashed dirty cleaning water over me? What were you thinking? You're gonna pay for this now." She jumped onto me and we broke into a fight in the middle of the ramp, and the cameras clipped everything. Sheila looked at us raging mad, like a bull. I quickly ran inside, but Amy too went bonkers on me. Why? Why would you do that? You should have just let her embarrass herself. Have you gone nuts? "No, Amy, it's not like that. I just think she's my sister." "Your what? Is this some kind of joke? No matter what you say anymore, I'm just gonna kill you now." She leapt onto me, but just then someone caught her. He was a tall man, and he had eyes just like mine.
"Veronica, control yourself. Is this how I taught you to behave in public?"
"But Dad, she did this to me. Can't you see what it—"
"Enough. That's enough."
"No, Dad, you have to listen to me."
"Veronica."
He raised his hand up in the air to hit, and I couldn't take it. "Stop it! What are you, an animal?" Can't you see she's already in pain and shivering? What kind of dad are you? You don't have to stand up for me, jerk. I can fight for myself. I don't need your pity. Saying that, she pushed me and I was about to fall to the ground, but Mom caught me. I guess I wasn't wrong about leaving you. You're still a jerk. And look, you have turned my daughter into a bad person, just like you. I should have never let you take her. Oh my God. So I was right. That man was my dad and Veronica was my sister. What? What is she saying, Dad, and who is she? Mom explained everything to her and Veronica went all bonkers. Why? Why did you never tell me I had a sister? And Mom, you said my mom died in a car crash.
Who cares? She's dead to me anyway. She caught me cheating on her once, and she divorced me. Filthy witch.
Gosh, she's not filthy. You are. You're such a jerk, Dad. I hate you. Veronica ran out of the venue and I followed her. Veronica, listen to me, please. I know you're hurt, and I know how difficult it must have been for you to live with that man all this time. But now you have a family. You have Mom and me. I'm your sister, Veronica. Please, look at me once. She turned around, and I could see the tears running down her eyes. I'm so sorry, Ariel. Dad always treated me like I was never good enough, so I just wanted to prove him wrong by being the best model. But I didn't realize I was becoming a bad person, and I ended up hurting you, my own sister. Please, forgive me. Oh, Veronica, it's okay. Come here, sis. Hi, I'm Greta. I live with my single mom on a busy Miami street. Please like and subscribe. I've always been a late bloomer. Born 2 weeks after Mom's due date, took 2 years to speak my first word, and growing up, I wasn't a very social person. But my mom was so talkative. She could blabber nonstop about a burnt omelet for a whole day. But whenever I was around, I was her subject. Once when I was 4, we had a family gathering and all my aunt's sons were playing with me. Suddenly, Mom went bonkers with their parents. Ah, look at your boys. I don't even know why they like her. You know, she still wears diapers at night. One night, I tried to train her to sleep without diapers. That was it. When I woke up, there was poop all over the room. On the floor, on the bed, on the door, on the closet, on her toys. Ew, that's a factory of poop. Yeah, but that's nothing. Yesterday at the grocery store. Mama, stop. Stop this right now. Everyone was laughing and I burst into tears and ran away. But Mom continued her story again like nothing happened. On my first day of school, Mom walked with me. As we were about to enter, she grabbed my bag from behind and there started my first class. You're a careless, stupid little girl, so keep this in mind. Stay away from making friends, 'cause you never know who's good or bad inside, especially no boys. Focus on studying. That's why you're going to school. Hear me? Mom, let me go. If you keep talking, I'll be late for my first day at class. I ran off, and guess what's the first thing I did in class? I made friends with Kathy, who also happened to be my neighbor. One day, I asked Kathy to join us for dinner without telling Mom, but when she turned up at our door, Mom couldn't refuse. I was so happy to have my friend over, but soon I realized what a big mistake I'd made. Hey, what's up with the ew face, madame? You only eat lobsters and caviar for dinner? So, our food isn't good enough for you? Thank God you're not beautiful, or you'd think you're the queen of the world. Mom, she didn't say anything. Let her eat, please. Eat? No. I can see from her rich dress and her entitled look, you don't belong with her. Just go away, ugly girl. Kathy freaked out and ran away. That felt horrible. I ran after her on the road when suddenly a bus came charging straight at me. I stood frozen in horror, but Mom pulled me back just in time. Are you crazy? You could have gotten hit and gone into a coma. At least that would feel better, Mom. You embarrassed me so much. See, I'm gonna run off somewhere. If you don't let us be friends, I swear. Oh, you heartless girl. Do whatever you want. I just want you to be careful, 'cause you're my daughter. Ugh, I don't know if all moms are the same or if it's just her. Years went by and Kathy and I became the closest. On her 10th birthday, They had a party and I attended it with my mom. When she heard Kathy say the price of their cake was $900, she lost it. Woo-wee! Why spend so much money on a cake while she can use it for her daughter's plastic surgery? Man, Kathy is ugly. Mom, quiet! What can Kathy do about it? She didn't create herself. Well, she can, actually. It's the 21st century, not a big deal. I saw Kathy looking really upset as some people laughed, and her mom asked us to leave. It was so embarrassing. Mom, stop! Are you crazy? You hurt Kathy's feelings. And does it make you mad that her mom is a single woman like you, but she's done so well for herself? Oh, shut up, Greta. I can tell from the looks of that lady, she's not honest. And listen, I don't want you to visit their house any longer. I don't have a good feeling about them. But I couldn't dump my best friend for no good reason. The next day, I went to Kathy's house and I apologized to her for my mom's annoying behavior. Kathy was such a sweet friend that she didn't hate me for my mom, and she forgave me. Just then, I saw her mom dancing. Kathy said her mom was a famous dancer in town and she ran a dance studio too. That's so cool, Kathy. I've always wanted to be a dancer, but you know my mom. She'd never pay for it. What if you don't need to pay? I'll speak to my mom. She'll teach you for free. That was amazing. I started going for weekend dance classes, telling Mom I was just hanging out with Kathy. Kathy's mom was teaching me some really different moves I'd never seen before, and she said it was the new trend. I was practicing at home one night when Mom came into my room and she burst out laughing. Where did you learn that from? That's insane. OMG, I can't stop laughing. What's so funny, Mom? Clearly you have no idea about the hot trend. And I learned this from a professional dancer. Professional? What? Oh no. These moves with claps and snaps? That's not dancing, really. Enough, Mom. I'm sick of this. Just leave me alone. I pushed her out of my room and closed the door. God. Weeks later, we had a talent show. All the parents and teachers were going to be there, and I was freaking confident. I was going to get some big applause for my dance and prove my mom wrong. The moment I got on the stage and the music started, there was so much noise from the audience. Wow, they were loving it. But seconds later, they started throwing paper balls and shouting, "Out, out, 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 out." I stood frozen in shock. What? Just then I heard Mom yelling from the crowd. "I warned you about these foolish dance moves, Greta. I told you. But no, you didn't listen. See now? Why don't you ever listen to your mommy?" Seriously, Mom? I couldn't be more embarrassed. I ran home angrily. I was super mad at both my mom and Kathy's mom. How could she teach me this stupid dance? I didn't talk to my mom for days, and I stayed inside my blanket house. I'd only let my hand out of the bed to grab food from Mom. I wasn't gonna forgive any of them. One morning, when I let out my hand to get food, Mom held my hand and wouldn't let go. Just let go of my hand, Mom. I don't wanna. Kathy? What are you doing here? I'm so mad at you and your mom. You guys made me a fool out there. I'm so sorry, Greta. But why are you mad at me? I didn't do anything. Who knows what my mom teaches her students? But please, don't hate me for my mom. I never hated you for yours. She sounded so true. After all, it's not her fault, and she apologized too. I called her inside my blanket house, and we started talking and laughing, and I started feeling better. Hey, I've got good news. The baseball team captain, your long-term crush, he's hosting a Halloween party tonight, and he's invited everyone at school. That includes you and me too? OMG, that's amazing. But I don't have any costumes. Well, that's why I'm here. We have to go shopping. Come on. We both got up happily and found Mom standing there with flared nostrils. What's this little devil doing here? And what's all this about going to some stupid boy's party? Kathy was about to run away, but I held her hand. Mom, were you eavesdropping? That's awesome. But listen, I'm done with all your doubts and questions. You're making me feel like I'm dumb, but I'm not. So just back off, please. Okay, fine. I'm always looking out for you, but if you think you can take care of things by yourself, I'll back off. She stormed off, and Kathy and I had a blast shopping for costumes. Later that evening, I went to the party dressed up as Wonder Woman. I was sure to impress my crush, but when I walked into his house, I stared around in horror as everyone stared at me. No one was dressed in costumes. Everyone was just dressed in their regular clothes. As everyone started laughing, the ground under my feet started to burn. I looked around for Kathy, and just then, she came laughing with the baseball team captain, and then she kissed him in front of everyone. What the what? How could my best friend do this to me? Oh, looks like some poor kitty wanted to impress my boyfriend by wearing that costume. Gosh, Greta, talk about being desperate. Does Wonder Woman have a cape? Because now would be a good time for you to fly out of this really embarrassing situation. I got so mad. I gave her a hard slap on her face and ran out with tears. When Mom saw me upset, she totally lost it. Now you're crying, huh? See? I warned you about your stupid friendship and this stupid party and stupid boys. This is what you get for choosing that stranger over your mama. Mom, shut up. Just shut up. Of course, she couldn't. She kept blabbering while I walked sadly to my room. I couldn't sleep that night thinking of what Kathy had done to me all along. I didn't go to school for days, but Mom's torture was increasing, so I had to move on. But I wouldn't even look at that witch Kathy. Then one day, the teacher announced there was going to be a food sales day where we had to cook and sell food on campus. And Kathy and I were on the same team. We were given small cooking stations, and I started cooking on my own. Kathy was standing opposite to me, staring with devil eyes. Suddenly, I looked up to see that she was gone. Where'd she go? And seconds later, someone pushed me out of my station. Mom, what are you doing here? And why are you attacking me? Before she could answer, my whole tent burst into flames. Had my mom just saved me? I hugged her and saw Kathy smiling from afar. So it's her doing again? I marched straight up to her. Did you just try to hurt me, you psycho? Why? What did I ever do to you, other than being your friend? Friend? Oh, save it. I never wanted to be your friend. It's you who wanted me by your side, so you could look prettier than what you freaking are. And I'm sick of being in your shadow. I'm tired of being the ugly one. I don't want to be ugly. I can't be ugly. Ugly? I never saw you like that. I always thought you were a sweet, nice girl. What are you talking about? Why didn't you tell me about this before? You were never in my shadow. I loved you, Kathy. Oh, shut up. I don't need your sympathy anymore. You might be prettier than me, but I'm richer. With all the money I have, I'm just a queen myself. And you will see. Oh, I doubt that last part. I must say, you're very confident for a prisoner's daughter. Yeah, babe, your mom was arrested in the morning today for a major theft. Now we know how you people were living like millionaires. You must be ashamed. What? That was unbelievable. Kathy instantly started crying and screaming and ran out of the school like crazy. I then turned to Mom. Mom, I'm so sorry. I feel like such a brat. I never really listened to you, but turns out you were right about everything. With Kathy, her mom, the dance, the party, everything. I don't know why I always took you the wrong way. I guess it's my fault too. After hearing you say that I'm making you feel dumb, I understood. Yes, that's what I've been doing. I should express myself more wisely. Some parents aren't good at expressing their emotions at times. I'm sorry too, Greta. I hugged her and we both went home. That night, we had dinner inside my blanket house after so long, and Mom started talking again about how she burnt the toast today.